everyone, how you doing? This is Marcus from Golden Wolf Landscape and Design. Today, just wanted to go over a couple of things, really in regards to marketing and branding. Obviously, we are a landscape company, so just some things that we have experienced through the past couple of years about what works, what does not work, and sort of how to spend your time if you are looking to specifically market and brand your company. I mean, the options are really endless. There's so many avenues that you could really do, but specifically, these are the things that we do and that have worked for us. We continue to do it because it works for us. So I'm just going to list off some things, some pros and cons of them, and let me know what you guys think. Obviously, just want to, every company is different, every target market is different, every industry is different. These are just the things that work for us, and we have seen a lot of success. So the first thing that we do, social media. So it's not, you're not paying for it directly, but putting quality content out there on a daily basis, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, Google My Business page, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, such as the video that I'm doing right now. Pretty much making a platform or a page on every single platform that your audience could see you on, and then putting daily social posts out there, if not twice a day. Really want to be top of mind, putting content out there. You want to be looked at as the expert in the industry, as well as show content in what you are doing, because right now a lot of people are visual. Whether it be a picture, a video, an audio, anything that really you could put out on a daily basis would be very beneficial. To get that in a routine rhythm. You could also put it up on, you could set automations so you just batch create content, and then you have everything scheduled for the optimized time to post certain things. So that's something that we do for the marketing and branding aspect. Another thing is mailers, whether it be EDDM, every door direct mail. Haven't really seen too much success with it because it's sort of like a shotgun approach rather than a more specified buying a list. This could be a little bit costly, probably about 30 to 75 cents per mailer, obviously depending on the mailer and the company that you are working with. So with the mailers, putting something tangible in someone's hands, something that really pops out, something that really shines, it also, instead of EDDM, some people could use it, some people could see a lot of success with it, but with our target market, shooting for specific locations around our area, specific lot sizes, specific incomes, age ranges, a lot of demographics that we could sort of go into, but really specifying in exactly what you are looking for and your target client, really. So putting mailers out to pre-existing as well as new clients that you are trying to get a market to. So I know that any type of marketing, it's not always a once and done. You can't see instant success with any marketing plan. So especially with mailers, it's going to take several mailers to see a return on your investment. And combining all these things, it'll increase your saturation in the marketplace, which will really be beneficial in the long run, making a brand and a name for yourself out there. So accompanied with mailers, there's something called behavioral or target marketing as well. So for example, the company that I work with, Maris Communication out of Bethlehem, once a mailer has been sent out, they retarget that area with specified social media posts, social Google posts as well, so that you see that company pop up or such as our company pop up. You'll see it pop up in a Weather Channel app, or scrolling through People Magazine on your phone or iPad or computer. You'll see us pop up because we're retargeting them based off of what we previously sent out. So it's a little bit more subconscious, a subconscious form of marketing, but it definitely does work and sort of retargets everything back in based off of what was sent out. Another thing that we do is Google ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads. These are probably going to be the most expensive, one of the most expensive, I should say, in terms of click-through rates and impressions. But from my experience with Google ads, pay-per-click, it is a costly service depending on how much you want to put into it and how much you want to get out of it. It is more of a short-term thing. It increases your ranking slightly. Obviously, you pay per each click that you do get. We have seen a lot of success with it, so it really does depend industry, especially being a newer company such as ourselves. We really got to do what we got to do to get their name out there at the end of the day, and that has helped us a lot. You do get a decent amount of tire kickers. I hate to use that word, but it is true. A lot of people are just shopping around on the Google instead of targeting your specific market, because really anyone could click on that. Facebook, Instagram ads, same thing. It's more or less, especially for a service-based industry, it's not so much, hey, I saw your Facebook ad, I'm going to call you right away or submit a request form. It's more or less just trying to be constant in mind and brand awareness in that sense, as well as Nextdoor. I'm not sure if everyone has heard about it, but it's a neighborhood type of social media, I guess you can call it. It's like a Facebook, but a little bit more neighborhood community oriented, specifically for homeowners in the area. So it's definitely, and there's different neighborhoods that you can actually target. So it's a very cost effective way to do it. It's very targeted towards homeowners in specific areas, which is what we are trying to do. So it's also pretty cheap for the amount of impressions being how many people are putting eyes on it, or I've scrolled past it. Yard signs is another huge thing that we do. So after every single job that we finish, we put yard signs up. It pretty much is a small mini billboard. Obviously you need consent of the homeowner, because you just don't want to be putting things up on public property or someone's private property. So yard signs are huge. If you start popping them up in early springtime or pretty much any time throughout the year, you could have even just 10 signs. I know it may not seem like a lot, but even if they're up for a couple weeks, people drive by them and then they constantly see your sign. Then they'll see your mailer. Then they'll see your Facebook ad. It's just really being present in the moment with your marketing and really sort of marking your territory about where you were, as well as the types of clients that you are servicing. So putting something out at a very visible location after completing a job, something that we do all the time. Cost really does depend where you get the yard signs from. I mean, there's companies out there that are more cost effective than others. But I think we got 250 yard signs for $1,000 this year. So obviously finding the best company for you and your price point would definitely be great. Another thing that we recently started to do this year is billboard ads. So this is probably the more expensive, but it's like a yard sign on steroids, more or less. Wouldn't really recommend this for everyone. Obviously, that does depend on a price point and your marketing budget. But billboards, they do provide a very big impact about where you strategically place them. An area that gets a lot of traffic, an area that is around your target market, an area that you may want to go into or expand into would be great. Digital versus the print billboards, not something that you like laminate, or I don't know if I'm using the right terminology, but digital billboard versus like actually putting the paper on the billboard. That's not digital. The one thing with digital is there's probably multiple companies running there, so it's not going to be a static image. Most billboards, digital billboards, we actually have one out right now, and it does rotate with about 5 to 6 other companies. So that's the one downside I don't like, but I do like it that is illuminated. That is nice. It's eye-catching. But billboards are another great thing. Trucks, trailer wraps, pretty much anything that you can think of that you could brand, piece of equipment, especially the big pieces of equipment that are driving around all the time. Definitely want to letter those up, get a professional company to put your logo on it. You don't have to go crazy. I know I made the mistake early on with listing all the services that we do on the trucks. I personally felt as though it was very tacky, but Again, I learned through the mistakes. I learned through some things over the past couple of years, and putting logos, putting just a phone number, doesn't have to be anything crazy, but just having consistency, a logo, depends on how crazy you want to get with the branding, but same truck color, that's something that we do, same car color, but putting a logo on the trucks and constantly being everywhere, as well as the trailers, heavy equipment, and we have our skid steer and excavator lettered up. So just that type of stuff that you really want to, that's going down around town every single day, put a logo on there. Apparel and uniform, so when the guys, the crew members, office staff, obviously you want to invest in your people and invest in your brand, so, and give them nice apparel to wear. So, such as what I'm wearing right now, if I were to go out, I could probably go out to dinner with this and then the company logo is on there. Or when the guys are out on site, they have company apparel on with a specific uniform. We wear khaki pants as a company, so having a consistent image that the clients see, a very professional appearance, that's something that we try to go for, but also wearing apparel that they can wear anywhere with the logo on it, with the brand on it. Some people just like a simple chest patch, some people like to brand everything out and go crazy, really personal opinion there. But definitely want to give your crew members, give your office staff, give your employees apparel to wear, whether it be out and around town, going to clients' houses, going on assessments, just really being able to look professional and obviously rep that brand as well. Not just coming out with a Carhartt jacket on or something like that. Nothing wrong with that, but just having a company logo on there just makes it look much more professional. Another thing that we do for marketing, it's not really, it's not your typical marketing trying to get a client, it's relationship marketing. So we actually use SendJim as a platform with, that integrates with our CRM Jobber. So once a job does get closed, you could send out a handwritten thank you card, you could send out brownies, you could send out caramels, gift cards, pretty much anything to show appreciation for the client and build that relationship once a job has been sold, or excuse me, once a job has been completed. There's other things with SendJim that you could do, but really the relationship marketing is something that we really try, the reason that we want to incorporate it. I mean, you could do voicemail bombs, they're called, or mass voicemails. So you send out a voicemail that doesn't let the client's phone ring, but they go out directly to all of your client list, and then they just get a voicemail from a pre-recorded voicemail saying, hey, we have this spring special coming up, give us a call back if you're interested, something like that. But relationship marketing is really something that we use SendJim for. Doesn't even have to be through SendJim, just showing appreciation for your clients. Handwritten thank you card goes a mile, and really trying to differentiate yourself from the next person. Just putting, maybe if you have a job, a larger job, give the client a gift outside of that SendJim or outside of that software to really make it special, because they are doing business with you and you want to be appreciative of that. So the relationship marketing is huge. Community involvement, something that we are trying to get into a little bit more. So really trying to get into schools, churches, community events, fundraisers, local stores, coffee shops, restaurants, breweries, anything that you could really think of, especially in a tight-knit community such as where we are in New Jersey. Really trying to be involved in the community and make it more than just landscaping. You want to make it about a community, you want to be involved in the community and show that you care. Obviously, I think that the community involvement piece is huge, but I don't want people to get the wrong interpretation about what it's all about. It's not about getting your name out there. It's about giving back to the community, which in turn will get your name out there. So it's not directly doing it just to get your name out there. It's getting community involvement to benefit others in the area, benefit local businesses, benefit everyone else. So it has to be a mutual relationship at the end of the day. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. Doesn't mean that you got to spend hours a week trying to get involved in the community. Just something small, maybe once a month, once every other month, to help people out, and to show that you actually care about the community, because the community is what makes or breaks your business. So being appreciative of that will bring it back tenfold, sort of like reciprocity. So what you give out, you'll get back tenfold. Business cards are another huge thing that we use. So anything that is branded, that could be branded. So myself, I do majority of the sales. After leaving a client's house, I always give them a business card. It's always something that they can put up on the fridge, put in their wallet, put in their office, pretty much anything that once they open up their wallet, they'll see it. Once they go to their fridge, they'll see it. Once they step in their office, they'll see it. So that's definitely something that we try to do. It is a marketing piece, as well as contact information, but it definitely is something that could be more personable. You hand it directly to them, as well as you got to make it look special, you got to make it look neat, you got to make it look different from the other ones. I know that we also put a link tree on there, a QR code with a link tree, so that if a client wants to, they scan the QR code and it brings it to our link tree of all of our reviews, all of our website, social media pages, request form, all that type of stuff. So it makes it very easy and simple for the client to get back in touch with us or review some things that we have done. Door hangers, flyers, not something that I'm a huge fan of, especially in our area. The houses are very spread apart. We don't have too many subdivisions. So I think they're good for certain areas, for certain services, for certain demographics. But the flyers, I personally just like to put them up at some of the community businesses that we're surrounded by, such as our supply place, such as a coffee shop down the roads, or a pizza shop we just put there. Obviously, we asked if we could put it there, but flyers are great as well. Can't put them directly in a mailbox. It's government property, so that could be something that you want to stay away from, so you don't get any issues with that. And two other things really is the website. So having a quality website, that is pretty much going to be your biggest sales tool. That's where you're going to have all your information. That's where you want people to go if they have any questions. Invest in a website. That's really the biggest thing, because all of these marketing fingers out there, everything that I've been going over, should lead back to your website. So that's like the mothership of the entire company. That has all the information, all the questions, all the pictures, videos, pricing, reviews, contact, descriptions, you name it, that should be on there. So that's something that you don't want to skimp out on or miss on, because that could probably be the big make or break thing for a lot of people. I know we have gotten a lot of feedback on things, especially our website, that we invest a lot of time in continuously updating it, and not just make it and don't touch it for 5 years. Continuously update it with pictures, change the theme potentially as needed, and really make sure that it's going to be front of mind and something that's going to be easy to read, simple, and straight to the point. And the last thing, or two other things, excuse me, I forgot of one. Word of mouth marketing, that's probably the biggest thing. So that's where it goes back to the relationship marketing. So once you have a relationship with an existing client that you've done business with, have a transaction with, that you've done work for, once that client starts to sort of market for yourself, for your business, that's probably the most powerful type of marketing that anyone could have, because it's straight from a person that has experienced your services before, that has been with your company, that has gone through the process from quote to invoicing and everything in between. Certain people hang around like-minded people. So if you're trying to target a specific area, specific market, those people usually hang around specific type of people that are similar to them. So they're obviously going to speak highly of you, hopefully relay your information on with the great experience, but it's a constant process that doesn't happen overnight. You need to treat every client as though they are your only client, because clients are what bring you business, and then you are providing them a service. You need to be respectful of that, and they could also help market and brand your company in the long run by word of mouth marketing. So that's probably the biggest thing. It is a free form of advertising, a free form of marketing and branding. So word of mouth is huge. So it's going to take time. It doesn't happen overnight, but really trying to work towards that and have that as a 2, 3, 4 year vision, something that would really be great. Last thing, reviews. So reviews are probably one of the biggest things that I try to focus on, because that's direct social proof of people that have experienced our services. It's similar to word of mouth, but instead of you telling your neighbor, you put it on a social media website or Google My Business, or who knows. There's many different options out there. We personally use Nice Job. It's an integration with Jobber that it's an automation of sending out review follow-ups just to encompass and try to gather all the reviews that we can. Obviously, you could get a 1-star review, you can get a 5-star review. So it's tough to please everyone. Obviously, that is going to be our goal every single day that we show up, but reviews, they are public knowledge, and public information that anyone could really go on and write a review. Just say if you don't like a specific company, or excuse me, if a specific company does not like you, they could just write a review and make it anonymous or miscellaneous or a fake name. You got to obviously take it with a grain of salt, but the reviews that what it has brought us in the long run has been something very important to us, very special to us, and really does make us stand out. Because I know myself, if I were to be going to a restaurant, I'd just check the reviews quick, and if it's 4.5, 4.7, 4.9 stars, then I probably have a better likelihood chance than going to a 3.5 or a 3.2 rated place, as well as quantity of reviews. So the more reviews you have, the more social proof you have, the more positive reviews you have, the more reinforced that would really be to clients coming to your website, to leads coming in, reviewing your Google business page, Google My Business page, just making them trust you even more. Because in order for a transaction to happen, in order for a job to get booked, trust needs to be there, and that's just a trust builder. So all these things really are encompassed. All these things need to work together in harmony. Not saying you have to do every single one of these things, but a majority of them would definitely help you get to that next level, help separate yourself from the companies that could be competing in your area, and really for that long-term vision of developing not just a business, but a brand and an image in your area. If you want to be looked at as the expert, if you want to be seen as though you're everywhere you turn, you have a yard sign, you have a mailer, you have a billboard, you have a truck, you have a person wearing your shirt, people are talking about you highly, your neighbors, your business cards out, pretty much anything that you can think of, all these things need to work together to create a effective marketing and branding plan for your business. This is what has worked for us. This is not direct marketing advice, but just something that I have experienced through my time being in business. And this is something that I really have a passion for, something that I really want to prioritize in a business, because this is the stuff that's really gonna put us on that next level. So this is looked at as an investment as a business owner. This is not something that it's going to have an overnight turnaround. Some of these things you could see an overnight turnaround. Few of these things you could see an overnight turnaround. A lot of these things you have to plan. What you're doing today could affect you 6 months from now, or a year from now, or a couple months from now. But it has to be, marketing is usually a long run game, not just a short run. What can I do today to affect tomorrow? What can I do today that's gonna lead for my success in the next 3 months? Or how am I going to prepare for a slower season? All that type of stuff. So let me know if you have any questions on this. I know this is a lot of information, but I really do think that this stuff is very beneficial and necessary to have a successful company, successful image out there, and really give the clients the best service that you can at the end of the day. So appreciate your time watching this, and let me know what has worked, what hasn't worked, and maybe we could review these things and add to it, change it. But at the moment right now, these are solid things that really bettered the company. But thank you very much for watching. Appreciate it.
you.